Music has been central in my family's history, starting with my great-great-grandfather, William, in 1868. Our family was originally named Fatty, and William was a country music violinist. Although an unconventional name, like Fatty, caused my grandfather to change our surname to Fayett. Our little legacy has been held together through generations, all the way from William Fatty to me, Lindsay Fayett, because of our passion for music. Cecil Fatty was born in 1896 to parents William and Emma. William played country music on the violin and took care of mental patients at the hospital. An incident where one patient bit off William's finger caused him to never play again. Emma was a wonderful pianist and taught Cecil how to play. With William and Emma as his parents, it was inevitable that Cecil would become a great musician as well. Starting out, Cecil was an Army officer for World War I, serving as the regimental band commander. In his later life, he played flute for both the New York and Buffalo Philharmonics. He also taught music in Western New York schools and played the pipe organ for some Buffalo churches. The well-rounded musician married Bertha Juniker, who was a school teacher. Bertha had also grown up in a music-filled household. Her father taught music in Germany and Western New York before they moved to New Jersey. Cecil and Bertha had 7 children. My grandfather was the youngest. He was given the name George Fatty before he made the change to George Fayett. They lived on Schwartz Farm in Lancaster. Music was a huge part of my grandpa and his siblings' lives while growing up. My grandpa recalls listening to his father play music all the time, and sometimes the kids would play or sing along as well. How fun would that have been? My grandpa, though, did not have the same intentions with music as his father did. George tried to join the Army at 18, but was rejected because of a punctured eardrum from a car accident. So he decided to become a businessman at Moog, which was an aerospace manufacturer. At age 22, however, he was drafted, and at that time, he was becoming something really big at Moog, so he was allowed to join the reserves for 6 years. Every summer for 2 full weeks, he would spend at Fort Dix, and 1 weekend a month at a place near East Aurora. At Fort Dix, he was in cooking classes, and he was chosen to cook in the officers' lounge because he was the best cook. He makes the best Thanksgiving dinners and is still an amazing cook. During this time, he also married my grandmother, Janet, who worked for Fisher-Price and was only 19. He could not escape music forever, though. In the 60s, George joined the Aurora Players, a group of performers that did plays in East Aurora. He was cast in The Music Man, Oklahoma, and Merry Widow. His father played the score of Merry Widow on the organ, and his wife danced the can-can for the same show. George was also in a barbershop quartet and played the ukulele for many years, although the ukulele had a sad fallout when a friend sat on it at a party. My grandparents, George and Jan, had 2 kids, the eldest, my father, Steve, and the youngest, my Uncle Keith. Cecil taught the kids many great things about music. Cecil used to play the piano with my dad while he played the recorder, until he could figure out how to play the trumpet. My dad remembers taking lessons across the street from Cecil's house and would go there right after to practice what he had just learned, a determined young musician. In high school, my dad created a DJ company with his cousin. They were booked at weddings, dances, and whatever else people needed a DJ for. When he was in college at Canisius, they hired him to do a dance marathon. And in the middle of DJing, he saw a girl he just had to meet. And that girl later became his wife, who was my mom, Michelle Tower. However, it didn't happen all that night. While it looked like my mom was alone because she was there with friends, she also had a boyfriend. That did not stop my parents from sharing a dance, however. And what happened to her boyfriend? Well, that didn't last longer than that night. My parents started dating on and off until they got married 28 years ago. 4 years after their marriage, they had my brother Mike in '92, then my brother Brad in '94, and then me in '96. All of us share a passion for music that our great-grandfather had left us with. Mike was first, playing the trumpet like my dad for a while, and then he stopped. I also joined in the band in elementary school, playing the flute second chair. I stopped after I broke my arm, however, because I was unable to play. While Mike now enjoys just listening to the art of music, Brad and I then found our passion for singing. After Brad graduated high school, he started rapping. He has 2 unpublished albums, which he wrote all the lyrics to, and he sings himself. He has performed at many bars and nightclubs in Florida where he lives now.
Read it out, I already got a new name. Hiding out in plain sight like Bruce Wayne. Confronted about it, you see the truth change. Now we sweating, getting water, Bobby Boucher. Lied about it when I said it was a new day. I can see your future and it's looking like a cruel fate. King Fluence, welcome to my palace. Sipping red wine out $1 million chalice. Given the chance, so I took my crown. I was given the chance, so I took my crown. Yo, the good life got unlimited royalties, but it requires some dedication and loyalty. Given the chance, so I took my crown. I was given the chance, so I took my crown.
I joined chorus when I was 12, and I loved singing from there. I was in an all-girl, co-ed, and normal chorus at school. I would have to go in early and stay late for all the practices, but it was totally worth it because it was my favorite. Mike is now set to marry his girlfriend Danielle soon, who also happens to be a music lover. Danielle knows just about every song possible from every artist you could imagine. Our great-grandpa would definitely approve of this marriage. Cecil has brought his knowledge of music into our family's life and for many more generations.